Hello guys, back again with another video. It's a boy Lindokuhle Bambelo. Thanks for watching guys, my last two videos. I appreciate the support. So what I'm gonna do today, I'll be doing a review video, which is basically a follow-up from the previous video that I made on the Sunday, which I uploaded yesterday. So I'll be just showing you what went out, what actually happened. And yeah, so without any further waste of time, let me get straight right into it. So yeah, as I started on the previous video, so I had analyzed the DXY. We spotted this uptrend, and then going lower to the 4-hour time frame. We said that, okay, if we're in a bullish trend, for as long as the price is still in that bullish trend, we're still looking for buying opportunities, which is we're expecting the DXY to go up, which correlates with the US dollar, which actually also implies that if the DXY pushes the price to the upside, then the dollar will appreciate, which is it will be stronger as compared to other currencies, which is exactly what happened here the last time, right? So going to the 4-hour time frame, I'm just going to erase everything. So you would remember from the previous video that I said, because when I did the analysis on that Sunday, the market was somewhere around about here. So I said, okay, if the market breaks above, then give us the retest, then that is when we were going to start looking for buying opportunities. But what actually happened is I was monitoring it during the week. What actually happened is this was our sensitive area, because every time when the market reaches this price, 102.643, it rejected for like, this was first time, second time, third time, and the fourth touch. So this is what you call, if when the price is above a sensitive area or a certain level that is like this, it is called a support. But immediately when the market breaks that level and then the price or the candlestick are now below this particular level, that is called a resistance. So meaning that the failure to go above, it's still called a resistance, unless if it breaks above, then it starts to become a support level. So these are just turning points that are found within the market, okay? So yeah, but going back right to it, so this was our sensitive area. So what actually happened is from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, the market started playing around this level until it got enough strength to push the price to the upside. And because we have told you about the turning points, so this was our second turning point after the breakout. So when the market breaks a certain level, that is called a breakout, right? So this is actually what happened here. So this was our first turning point, that was our second one. So the market broke above, gave us the retest, and gave us the bullish engulfing candle to indicate that it's still ready to push the price to the upside. So this is actually what happened on the DXY. Indeed, it respected our analysis and what I said was going to happen. So dropping it now to the 1-hour time frame, you would see what I said, that the market started playing around this level because it was a sensitive area. So if you would remember, you would recall that from the previous video, the market was somewhere around about here. And so I said, if the market now pushes to the price to the upside, then that is when we're going to start looking for buying opportunities. But it played along here for quite a long time, tricking the sellers into believing that it's not going to break above, which is trapping traders on the wrong side of the market. So that is actually what happened here. So after it does that for the whole entire 4 days, then the market started giving us, if you would remember, it gave us a bullish continuation flag. And then this was also a minor sensitive area that was found on the 1 hour time frame, because you would notice that it was a resistance. Break, came back, resistance, and then it came when the market now was above this price point, it started becoming as a support until it got enough strength to push the price to the upside. So what are we expecting now? So looking at the current market conditions, you would notice that, okay, maybe going into the following week, we also have a turning point here. So what could possibly happen would be the market giving us the retest and continuing going to the upside to complete our 90% rule before it can actually give us a double top and then push the price to the downside. So that is what actually happened on the DXY. Actually respected our setup. So what does this mean? So as I said on the beginning of the video, if the DXY is going up, which is if it's bullish, then that means the US dollar as a currency, it's going to perform better as compared to other currencies. So we're going to see something like that as I go forward, analyzing or reviewing the other pairs. So next up, I have Euro USD. Okay, actually it's NAS100, but let's go into order. So this is what happened. I'm going to start on the daily time frame. So on the daily time frame, you would remember that the market was inside this bearish trend. First touch, second touch, third touch, first touch, second touch, and the third touch. So going to the 4-hour time frame, if you can remember, we said that, okay, the market was either going to give us this impulse move, then this correction. And then I said this was forming some sort of a right shoulder, which is expecting the market to push the price to the downside. And then this area being our first turning point, and then this being our second turning point. So when I actually got Euro USD on Tuesday or Monday, I realized that it started playing along this level because it was a resistance, resisted. Then because the price now was above, which is became a support. So what happened on market opening last Monday, Euro USD went to the upside and then started playing along for the first 3 days of the week until today, when it finally got the strength to break this support, which was respected for quite a long time. And then it gave us those selling opportunities that we said we were expecting when the market is breaking below this level. So what I'm seeing here, we're currently looking at, or on Monday, expecting the market maybe to break below, give us that retest, and then go back there to our overall target. But I was fortunate enough to have caught it when it was somewhere around about here. And then, but I closed those positions because it started like consolidating and everything like that. So all in all, Euro USD also respected our setup or the outlook that I had on it. So as you can see, this is the euro versus the dollar. So if this market pushed if the price was pushed to the upside, this would have meant that the euro performed stronger than the dollar. But since the opposite happened, it actually resembles what I've said on the DXY, that the DXY was strong. So the US dollar as the currency on the right, it pushed the price to the downside because it is the one that was stronger than the euro. So basically that is what happened on Euro USD. So moving forward now to USD CAD. So USD CAD, starting on the daily time frame. So same here, you would recall that I said we were in a bullish trend, and then which is the overall trend, which was the expansion channel. So what actually happened here, we highlighted this support level, which was respected by the market for really a long time. So let's drop it now to the 4-hour time frame to actually see what really went on. So I said the last time out on the USDCAD that if we can just erase this, you would remember that if you watched the previous video that I said, because the market was somewhere around about here at the time, it was somewhere around about there, and then I said it's either it's going to go back, hit that resistance before giving us the selling opportunities. But unfortunately, that did not happen. And then it started respecting this level, which was from the 1-hour time frame, particularly this one. So it was moving in impulse move, correction, impulse move, and then corrected a bit, then gave us that impulse, and then rejected from this price point and pushed the price to the upside. So this is one of the pairs that followed the outlook on the DXY, because the US dollar performed stronger as other currencies. So that gets reflected in the market by a move to the upside. If the US dollar is the currency on the left, meaning that if it is the base currency, but when it is a code, which is if it's being compared with other currency, but it's the currency on the right, then it becomes a code, and its strength, if it's the one that is strong, will be reflected by a move to the downside, basically by selling that particular pair. But if it is the currency on the right and it is the one that is stronger, that will be indicated by a bullish movement to the upside, which basically means that we will be buying that currency pair. So going back now to the 4-hour time frame, you would remember that I said if we are treating this as an impulse move, then this was our correction. So maybe possibly but I was hoping that maybe it was going to reach this touch. However, it didn't. Instead, it gave us this impulse move, then corrected a bit, and then pushed the price to the upside by means of a breakout. So basically, we had a breakout on USDCAD. We had a breakout on USDCAD. If I can show you using my trend lines, you would see that we had a bullish continuation flag or channel. We had a bullish continuation flag or channel. And then what happened is the market found support somewhere here, and impulse move, then corrected a bit, and then it gave us our next impulse. So what are we expecting going into the following week? So as you can see, I think the dollar still has more strength to become strong going into the next week. So we will be looking for maybe a retest, possibly there. Then when it gives us a pin bar or a bullish engulfing candlestick, that is when you're going to start looking for buying opportunities, which is on starting from next week, Monday, because it is a Friday today. So there is no market activity, particularly on the currencies on the weeks, on the days, Saturday and Sunday. So this is what we'll be expecting starting from next week, Monday, a breakout, retest, then the continuation to the upside to give us a double top, possibly there in the future. So which means that now USDCAD also respected the outlook that I had on it. So if you did not watch the previous video, please do go and watch that video and then come back to this one to see how it actually played out. So moving on to the next pair, we had GBPUSD, which was now similar to what happened on EURUSD, because those two currencies are actually correlated. So you would also recall that on GBPUSD, we had a bearish trend, which is first touch, second touch, third touch, first touch, second touch, and a third touch. Then overall, the market ended up respecting our levels. So going to the 4-hour time frame, you would recall that I said if this was acting as an impulse move correction, then somewhere there in the future, we would start looking for selling opportunities. when the market breaks this, because I have three black lines, so this resistance turned into support on the midline, which is 1.24648. So I said that we're going to start looking for selling opportunities when we break or at the break of that level. However, what actually happened for the first 3 days of the week, and the market started, because it was somewhere around about here when I analyzed it on Sunday. Yeah, it was somewhere around about there when I analyzed on Sunday. So what actually happened, it played around this support for quite a long time before it actually got the strength to push the price to the downside, meaning that it's the sellers that actually ended up getting the upper hand over the buyers. Because in Forex, we only do two things. We either buy that currency pair when we're expecting the base currency to be the one that is stronger. Then we sell that market if we're expecting the quote currency, which is the currency on the right, to be the one that is going to perform stronger than the currency on the left. So that is basically what you do on Forex. So because the US dollar was the one that was strong as per the DXY, this market actually respected what happened on the dollar index. As a result, the US dollar is the currency on the right as a quote. It is the one that got the upper hand over the pound, which also means that the economy of America performed quite well as compared to the economy of the UK, on the UK this week, and also beating the economy from Europe. So this is actually what happened here. The market is still currently going to the downside. So I'm actually hoping that it comes here to reach our 90% rule, as I did anticipate it on my first video, on the Forex market analysis video, the one that is preceding this one. Because I said that, okay, I spotted this some sort of a head and shoulders over here. And then I said the most reliable head and shoulders are the one where the right shoulder forms outside of the pattern. So as you can see, and overall, we had this impulse move. Then this was a correction. Then we got the breakout. Then treat this maybe as a retest or the right shoulder. Then the market, indeed, it went to the downside. So I said that we were going to start looking for selling opportunities when the market is below that level. And indeed, it finally broke that level on Friday during the day. And then we started selling opportunities. So that is how I actually caught this trade on GBPUSD. But going into the 1 hour time frame, you would also see that this was a level that was being respected for quite a long time. The market played around it, and then it finally broke below. So that is what actually happened on GBPUSD. So GBPUSD also respected the setup or the outlook that I had on it. So for now, we're just spotting also this sensitive area. So going in forward to the following week, possibly on the Monday, when it starts breaking out, giving us the retest, then that is when we're going to start looking for selling opportunities to the downside. Then when it gets here, if we get something like a double bottom or a W type formation, then that is when we're going to start looking for buying opportunities, going back to the upside. Alternatively, it can come here. Then if it gives us something like an inverse head and shoulder, then we can also start looking for buying opportunities there. So moving on now to the last pair, which is NAS100. So this is your USD Swiss francs. So on the previous video, I had to cut short some analysis. I had to cut it short because it was a 42-minute video, but I couldn't upload it all because I felt like it was too long for everybody to watch. So on NAS100, you would also see that we had this bearish trend, and then we're expecting maybe, so we actually had two outlooks here. So we said that maybe it's going to play along here and then continue pushing the price to the upside. to give us maybe a third touch there before it actually gave us selling opportunities. However, I did highlight that should it not do that, then it was going to give us those selling opportunities to the downside, which is basically what happened here. So dropping it now to the 4-hour time frame, this is actually what happened. So the market started playing along for the almost 4 weeks, started playing around. It was indecisive. So when the market is consolidating, in case you're wondering what is happening. So as I said on the video, that in Forex, you only do two things. You either buy a certain currency pair or you sell that currency pair. And in the market conditions, it's either we have an uptrend, a downtrend, and a consolidation. So a consolidation, it is when the market is at the equilibrium, right? So when the market is trending to the upside, that means that we have in the market more buyers, more people that are buying NAS100 as compared to people who are selling NAS100. So that is how a bullish trend forms. Whereas the bearish trend or a downtrend means that the sellers ended up having much more potential to push the price of NAS100 to the downside. So that is what it means to have an uptrend and a bearish trend. So now when the market now is at a consolidation or is at an equilibrium, it is when there is indecision. So both the buyers and the sellers are fighting. So what do we do as traders? We would rather wait. We can either trade a consolidation from the support or from the resistance. But I personally prefer to wait for either breakout, meaning that a breakout to the upside for the buyers to push the price to the upside or the sellers to push the price to the downside. So that is actually what is called a consolidation. That is what is happening. It's when the buyers are there, the sellers are also there, but it's not yet clear who's going to win that particular thing. Also, what is NAS100? So NAS100 is an index that measures the performance of the top companies in the US. So among those companies, we have Tesla, we have Apple, we have Amazon, we have Netflix, and many more. So those are the companies that are there. It's a stock price that is combined of these currencies, but into one thing that tracks the performance of those companies, both in days or the entire week. So the traders actually look to analyze that and see what is going on. So when NAS100 is trending to the upside, so that basically means that those companies on that particular day are doing quite well. But if NAS100 is a sell or it's going to the downside or it's trending to the downside, that means those companies are experiencing losses or are not doing well on that particular day, week, or however, or anything like that. So on NAS100, the overall outlook that I had, I said, after the market consolidated, then we're either going to break above or we're going to break below. And what actually happened in the market, which is the sellers ended up pushing the price to the downside, meaning that those companies were not really performing well. So the companies that are on NAS100 are the top technology companies. So the companies that are in the technology industry. So that is basically what is NAS100. So yeah, going to the 1 hour time frame, you would see it perfectly that the market indeed it consolidated. There was a debate between the buyers and the sellers as to which one will get the upper hand. And then the sellers ended up being the one that prevailed and then actually pushed the price to the downside. So we would say also NAS100 ended up respecting the setup that I had. So please don't forget, if you did not watch the previous video, please do make sure that you can go and watch it so you can see how Forex is an analysis game. And yeah, you just wait and capitalize on that. So you would also see that it also formed some sort of a head and shoulders, then breakout, retest, and then continue to the downside. as it is, because a normal head and shoulders is like this. Then you get the breakout and the retest, then the continuation to the downside, which is basically what happened here on NAS100. So if you can remember, that is why I said that it's important to look at the market from an open mind perspective, because if you can erase this, you would nakedly see with your eyes that this was a head and shoulders, gave us the retest and then pushed the price to the downside. So yeah, guys, that is all I have for you on this video today. So I hope you liked and enjoyed this video. So yeah, the next video that I'm going to do is most probably a get to know me video. So if there's anything that you want to know about me or my Forex journey, whether it was self-taught or I enrolled through a course, please do send those questions either on Instagram. I will attach my Instagram handle on my description. You can also send me a message on WhatsApp, Facebook. Then I would gladly answer those questions. So yeah, guys, get to know me video and most probably another analysis video for the week ahead. So please do like, share, and subscribe, and comment down below if you liked and enjoyed this video. See you on the next one. Thank you all for watching, guys.